There's nothing like I can't do anything without you.
There's nothing like that, too.
I can't do anything.
You must be able to do something without him
I
or
can't
without her.
breathe. I can't breathe.
Hey, what will I do without you? See, that's not a word of endearment. I tell you, if your wife keeps telling you, "Oh, what am I going to do with that?" Now lie, oh. They must be able to do something. Each person must be able to do something without the other person. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Ehi.
And I'm happy.
And this is still the Happy Ehi After channel. So you are welcome, and thank you for always liking, commenting. You know, we see other people's videos, other couples that are getting 1 billion views, and we know that we will get there one day.
And thank you for always saying something nice. Our commenters and our followers are kind people.
Yeah, we don't have toxic people. In the beginning there were some goats in the comment section, but I think they've moved on.
We love you guys.
Thank you guys.
As much as we want billion views, this nice cozy situation we have, it's also very sweet. We appreciate you.
Yeah, it's sweet. We still want the billion.
Having said that, remember to like, share, and
subscribe,
and turn on that notification bell.
So today we're just going to be touching on a topic, and I'm sure it's a topic that most families would resonate with. We're going to be talking about duties in the families, how it is split between couples, and a trend that I have seen personally that I don't think it's a good thing, right? In as much as we like to do separation of duties. Oh, the husband, these are the things he takes care of. The wife, these are the things she takes care of. But the trend that I see that I don't think is a good thing is one person has zero idea. When I mean zero, less than zero idea about how the other person takes care of A, B, C.
Okay.
No, and we all know that anything can happen anytime. Let's even leave apart the worst, right? Which is if one person should pass away. What if the other person is not available? I've heard stories of women who want to take work trip, and then the husband, whether they cannot take work trip or they have to go and keep the children somewhere else because the husband has no idea about the children's, something ridiculous like that, right? So those are the things we want to touch on today. And of course, we like to share from our own personal experience.
Yes, a little background for those who don't know. Ehi and I both work from home. So we're both at home, although we're working, but we're both at home.
So it's important to leave that far. Not everybody has that situation. So it's important to leave that far. But even though, right? I think having zero idea about how something gets done in the house you live in, I don't think it's a good thing.
Oh, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. Let's just say in this conversation, I'm one of those people who tend to know less.
Yes, and I make it a point. For example, how the mortgage gets paid, right? Or how the rent gets paid.
Yes.
In most families, this will be handled by one person. And then the other person will have zero idea about what is going on, right? Which bank account does the money come from? Which day do they take out the money? From which account does the money go into the account where they are taking out the money? This kind of important information that if the person dealing with it is not around, you are able to step in and take care of it. In some household, zero. The other person has no idea.
Soft life.
That's what they will call soft life. But me, I see that high level of responsibility, because if you are living in a house, you should have some idea about what is going on in that house. So how the rent and the bills get paid, very important. We are not saying that, both of you must sit down every month to map out, okay, we are paying this. Of which, if
is
you
also
do that,
good.
why not? You know, if you collaborate like that. But even if it's one person's responsibility, from time to time, the other person should be able to say, okay, this is the account where the bills come out from. This is how much we pay in bills every month averagely. And this is the dates, the rough dates where the information, or at least the information should be somewhere where anybody can access that information. Very important, right?
Yes.
The next one is kids' routine, which is the bigger one, right?
Which usually mostly fall to the mothers.
The mothers, right?
Yeah.
And then you hear things like, oh, I'm going on a work trip.
Where will I put
my children? You know, every time I hear this thing, my first idea is, okay, they don't have father. Or are you a single mom, right? You know, but because how is it that you as a husband, you have zero idea about the routine of the children?
Why are you hearing all this? Where will I put my children?
You will see in the comment section now. You will see. It's a very common thing. It's a very common thing that the men don't even know packing for school. What it involves, packing for school. The time for the bus. The bus stop for the bus, you know, pick up. All those things. Okay, let's even leave out school activities, right? They have a drama in school. They have this. They have Christmas party. Let's leave out the core ones, right? What the children pack for school, what time they have to get ready, how they get to school, whether they are being dropped off or picked up by the bus. This is information every adult in the house should have.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
It's information every adult in the house should have. Because why are you oblivious about the things going on in your own home?
Because the mother has been doing it so well, you know.
No, one person takes responsibility for it. But then the other person should also be aware.
Yeah, I understand.
The other person should be able to say, I'm going on a trip, just leave pointers. This happens here, this happens here, this happens here. And then you can go without having to worry about, did my children eat before going to school? Will my children eat in school?
When I leave you with the kids and I ask you where the children ate, it's like you get annoyed.
Because to me, it's a ridiculous question. Okay, a point in case. There was a time Happy went to Botswana for almost 8 weeks.
Yes.
Right? I was with the kids in the house for 8 weeks. I think my mom joined me
towards the end,
the last 2 weeks or so. To me, that was, you know, I also travel. I leave the kids in the house. I don't bother about what they will eat. So why are you bothering about what they will eat? You know, to me, it's like.
But yeah. But you know, there's a trend going on. At least around our community, the men are really stepping up.
No, abroad we humble. No, if you are listening to me from anywhere that is not abroad, and you are living the life, you are not involved in the house. Come abroad. Abroad will humble you.
No, around me, like what I'm asking him, where are you hearing all these things? Because around us here, nobody can.
Abroad will humble you. Hands on, everybody on ground, hands on. If I go to the school for an activity for my kids. Fathers everywhere. All of us, Nigerian fathers, African fathers, we meet ourselves, we do high five, we gist, we are chasing our children up and down. Everywhere, fathers.
In fact, you'll be wondering, where's the mother? Where's the mother?
You know, you will hear, she's tired. She just wanted to rest. Fathers full everywhere. Nothing like that kingship life we are living back home where you will not want to go for the activity because you'll be thinking to yourself,
will I
now go and be talking to women up and down? You know, fathers full everywhere. There are fathers everywhere. So my own take in all this is that responsibilities, of course, will be shared. But at no point should anybody have zero idea about what is going on in the house. For example, trash. I take care of taking out the trash on trash day, right? But then I also make sure she knows about the process of taking out the trash, because sometimes I'm not there. I don't want to hear we didn't know what to do. You know, I also make sure she knows, so
And
that
the kids also know.
and the kids also know. So people in the house should have information. This siloing of information, I don't think is good for any family, right? Because even if we're not talking about the worst, right? You've seen families being plunged into disaster because one person passed away, because the other person had no idea where the money is coming from, where the money is going, how the bills are being paid. You say you are living baby girl life. You just know that things appear, but you don't know where they are appearing from. And then the next thing is only you. You know,
true.
this is a very common occurrence where we are from.
But yeah, to say about the next responsibility, we've talked about the finances, we've talked about the kids.
Which other one?
Let's talk about cooking.
Okay, grocery shopping and cooking, right?
Yes, it's like
She handles most of it, right? Overwhelming majority of it, I must say. But I know where to do grocery shopping. I have my own Costco card, right? I know where to. We do most of our shopping from Costco. The meat buying, I do it. When we buy meat from all these meat sharing groups, occasionally, I'm the one who brought the plug, so I know how to do it, right? When it comes to cooking, as long as there are cooking materials in the house, if need be,
look at his face.
if need be, I can cook. I can prepare food for people in the house. I can make sure my children eat food. You know, if need be.
And he's the lamb guy.
Yeah. So, and anytime we have to cook lamb, whether it's lamb chops, lamb leg, anything that has to do with lamb, I'm the main man.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
So.
But another thing is, I think as mothers we enjoy the cooking. So it's not like, oh no, today I'm not doing. You come and do it. It's because we enjoy it. But yeah, if need be, you step up. If I'm not, there's a time I was not feeling well. There's a time after having the baby. You know, all that, and you
yeah, if need be, right? Everybody should be able to step up.
Yes.
They should have enough information to step up.
Maybe just when they're cooking every 2 minutes, where's the spoon?
That one, I have an excuse.
Where are the
This person has, I don't know if it's OCD or a variation of ADHD or whatever she has. She must keep changing things. From the furniture arrangements in the house to where things stay to where things are put in the kitchen. Every 2 market days, things are moving around. Things are moving around. How do I keep up? I cannot keep up. One day, the spoons are supposed to be here. I come, they are not there. They have been moved somewhere else. And these are part of the reasons that discourage me from doing anything in the kitchen. Because it looks like you want to do something in the kitchen, but you cannot independently achieve it. You must still come and ask, where did you put the flour? Where is now the oil?
No,
where do you now put this?
Everything has been like this since. What has moved?
Never. Where we put cereal has changed. This year alone has changed like 15 times.
Spill.
Where we put oil has changed like close to 12 times.
The oil is still the same place.
The only thing that has remained the same somehow is where we put cutleries, right? Finish.
You see, he's been telling you I didn't know
where we put cutleries. But ask people that come to our house, even people that visit or that come to our house every week, things are always changing. Even then they'll be asking,
change management. Isn't that what you do?
Even then they'll be asking, you have moved your chair again. Me, I'll tell them, I'm not involved. I'm not involved.
Is that airing my laundry?
You know, I'm not involved. So those constant changes, it get as it be. If you go to where is only me, my office where I walk downstairs, it has remained the same for as long as I've been there. When it changed, she's the one who changed it without my consent, right? I like consistency. I like to know where things are. I like to know where things are. But madam, depending on the mood.
Anyway, let's continue. We've talked about
So that
which other thing?
which other thing? Like general, like if you're abroad, you have to also keep up with information, right? Taxes, bylaws, things you need to put in place. If there are things you need to do for your house and all those things. Everybody should be aware of that, right?
Anyway.
That information should come from every corner, so that if somebody is not aware, it will not be that the information will not get to the family.
If living is with us.
For where I don't know people live. I don't know people living without the person they say they cannot live without. Every day people are moving on, people are living. So you must.
The long and short of it is that we must be aware of what we are doing in the house.
Some of you, police will still come and carry you. You will go to jail. Because some of you are signing things, you have no idea. Somebody, your husband or your wife just present to you, oh yeah, sign. You sign. Some of you will go to jail. Right? Some of you, you don't know the source of the income of your family. If today, your family is investigated, and they tell you that your husband is a drug dealer, is a drug baron, or your wife is a cartel boss, some of you cannot boldly open your chest and say, never.
Because life is soft.
Because you cannot say, this is where the money comes from. So some of you will be in trouble. If you don't, right now, start to get involved. Start to get information, start to know what is going on.
Yes, that's
you will end up in jail.
Yes.
Right?
I agree.
So, you have to.
It's a very comfortable
place to be, but it's an unreasonable place to be.
Not ideal. So anyway, this was just to remind you. No, do you feel like I know what she's doing?
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. People know where all the money is coming from. Every corner.
I always tell him, if one day I wake up, they say, I find one Range Rover with a bow in it, I'll tell him to
investigate. Because based on the income coming in, there's no Range Rover.
With a bow?
With a bow. You have to investigate. Where did it come from? So that's why I say some of you will go to jail. Finally, in the end, some of you will go to jail.
The people who are rich will come after you.
So if you are rich, but you know your husband, you should know your husband's pocket to know what is going on. So those are the long and short of it. So let us know what you think. How are things in your own side? What we're saying, does it make sense? We'd like to know in the comment section.
They'll say it's the broke man mentality.
Maybe it's because we are not rich. Maybe that's why we are thinking like this.
Anyway, it was nice catching up with you guys. The laughter and the jokes from Mia. Remember to like, share, subscribe.
We'll see you in the next video. Bye.